I got to Fort Sill in May of 2020, and then my family joined me shortly thereafter in June of 2020.
I think this transition for us as a family was probably produced the most anxiety for me, because this was a transition in high school. To high school for our youngest, he was coming into freshman year, and then we had a sophomore coming into a junior year. So military families know, even if they have kids that transition well and kind of make those pivots to new environments, when you get to high school, it's kind of a game changer.
The hardest part about coming into a new school is generally finding people to hang out with, kind of finding your group, especially when I came to high school, because there's already been established groups. They've known each other since middle school or elementary. So coming in and trying to find your own group is definitely probably the hardest part.
At first I was kind of scared, but then I realized it's a fresh start. And in reality, there's going to be different people going to every school. Like, there's going to be new people that are meeting new people. So I came from 8th grade to 9th grade, and it was really good. So far, Oklahoma's been really fun.
Lawton Fort Sill itself has been a community unlike any I've been a part of since I've been in the Army. I'm out in my it's 24 years. I'm going on my 25th year. The way that the community it wraps their arms kind of around Fort Sill as a whole has been something that I haven't seen in a long time.
There's places that say, this and that and the other, and they had programs at school and they did things, but there was just a little piece missing that Lawton seems to have figured out.
The school system itself takes an active role in being a part of Fort Sill as well, and recognizing the military community. There's the advantage of also having Cameron here, because they're active in the military community as well. And so it seems like everybody's kind of tied in and bought into the crew, and that makes a big difference, because it means that people are vested in your kids.
It just feels more like home than probably any other place we've ever been. Yeah. Yeah, so, and I don't know how to put that into, it's just how it feels. I don't know. Yeah, there's just a genuine care. People care about this community. The people who live here, they love Lawton, and so they will love on anybody that comes in, and it's just been really kind of beautiful to see. The boys have had the best teachers that genuinely are like, these kids are here for however long they're here, and we're gonna invest in them. Anything that we brought up to those teachers or counselors as a potential obstacle, they have gone above and beyond to just make it happen.
Coming from Virginia, had a very specific set of classes that we needed to get my older son through. And we walked in, sat down with the counselor, and they worked, tirelessly to make sure that all his classes lined up right. They will sit there and do all of the puzzle pieces that have to happen to go from, if you want to take this class here, to make sure that this class is in this hour so you can do this. And really so you can measure out the proper amount of, athletics, with extracurricular activities, with other interests that you might have. We have yet to run into a time when they weren't willing to work with us. As a parent who just wants goodness for our kids, that's been something that's immeasurable, because they truly take every interest in every single student. And if the student wants to do the work, they're going to make sure the work gets done.
MacArthur was super welcoming. Like, I remember coming in and one of the principals walked up to me and went, "I've never seen you before, are you new here?" And just immediately almost welcomed me in.
There are a lot of teachers who just care about my well-being, and they will ask throughout the day if I'm doing good, and I'll sometimes just go into their class to talk to them, because I just want to, they're family to me. And it's really nice to live here and have that kind of community.
They were out having a grand time from the word go.
It was definitely the smoothest transition of any of my moves. The nice part about it is my dad had already has friends here who have kids my age, And when we moved here, they almost immediately invited me and Luke to kind of join them in what they did. And they all played football, so I brought in and they were like, this is the place for the team. So we ended up playing football out in the field by our house all summer. And then almost immediately, just kind of, they welcomed me into their group as like in the second group of military kids. They knew what it was like.
It's nice to know that even though you might be different from people, that they will always have your back.
Some of the best friends that our kids have ever made. Like, I just adore them. They come to the house and I'm like, I just love the families that are in this community. They're just genuine, good people.
My boys are very busy. Walker, my older son, he just got done playing football. He's on the archery team. He's also doing swim.
The nice part about the swim team is because we don't have a whole lot of pools here, all three of the high schools practice together. So through that, I've been able to meet a lot of kids from Lawton High and Eisenhower, who I've grown to like be pretty close with as well.
Luke, my younger son, plays football, was on the esports team. Is also starting a co-ed volleyball team.
It was kind of fascinating because at first I was like, I don't think this will happen. I'm going to pitch it out there. And the girls volleyball coach helped us out. We finally got this started and I was like, okay, this is happening. We're going to do this. And the first time I got to the first practice, it was a blast. It was so much fun.
There's a significant amount of extracurricular activities that they can do and be involved in. And they are. I mean, they're probably more busy than I ever remember being in high school.
My children have been able to just try things here that if we were still in Northern Virginia, because it's such a large community and so many children, they just wouldn't have been able to.
I know a lot of people, when they hear they're coming to Oklahoma, especially in the military, they get a little nervous. They're like, oh, I don't know what we're going to do, especially if they're coming from someplace with a lot of stuff to do. But honestly, I wouldn't worry. Coming in, it's been my favorite place I've lived so far.
I've gone paddleboarding and I've gone all that kind of stuff. I've jumped off of like cliffs at the refuge with my friends, and it is so much fun.
The two number ones takeaway for me as a mom is just that my kids have been able to explore leadership opportunities that I think they were in other environments they wouldn't have got the chance to do, sports, start clubs. And I don't think my kids are that unique. I think if you have the desire and you want to do it, there is a place to do it in these schools over and over and over again.